There are few microphones on the market that are as inexpensive as Neewer. You have undoubtedly come across one, if not both, of the NW-700 and NW-800. If you are seeking for a competent mic for capturing voice or singing, you might be wondering which one of these would best suit your needs. Neewer NW-700 vs NW-800 are two fascinating and dependable microphones to consider if you work in broadcasting or recording. Both of them function well and will increase your sound quality. But before you choose one, have a look at what they have to offer below so we can choose the ideal choice. If you are interested in these models, keep watching our Neewer NW-700 vs NW-800 review for more information below. Neewer NW-700 Features. One of the primary reasons that the Neewer NW-700 has amassed such a huge client base in such a short period of time, in our opinion, is that it provides outstanding performance at entry-level pricing. As our regular readers will know, we are huge supporters of Neewer since they have a reputation for producing products that are comparable to intermediate-level things at an entry-level price, and the NW-700 is no exception in our opinion. Neewer has also improved the overall performance of the microphone when utilized by updating the audio circuitry in their NW-700 over what they were previously utilizing in their earlier microphones. This truly brings the Neewer cardioid microphone range up to current. Neewer NW-800 Features. This microphone appears to be well made, but we cannot verify that notion by beating it up because the inside components appear to be rather sensitive. The body and grille are also metal, and the grille has a much finer mesh than its predecessors, which we feel will eliminate pops better. The shock mount performs a good job, and the cable should be enough. This microphone has a frequency response of 20 Hz to 16 Hz, which is rather good. It still seems to have a bright tone to it, and the bottom end is not excessively boomy. Overall, we are pleased with this series' performance. When compared to the NW-700, the frequency response is quite comparable. However, the NW-700 has a more bass-heavy sound. Although the microphone picks up sounds from all directions, the bulk of the audio picked up on the rear is dull and useless. Comparison. Today, we are evaluating two microphones from the same manufacturer to see which one is the best. The Neewer NW-700 and NW-800 microphones were used in this review. When we look at the specs, we can see that they all function the same way. In addition, when we evaluate them side by side, they function quite similarly. The only time we saw a change in performance was during the music test, and it was just a minor difference. The NW-700 sounds really good, but the NW-800 is distinguished in the sound test. The NW-800 featured somewhat more presence in high-end, resulting in improved sound quality and clarity for the acoustic guitar and vocals. Design. The primary body is sturdy and substantial, as well as weighty, and has the same matte, black finish as the rest of the collection. The grille on top, which is silver and slightly flat rather than entirely circular, is what distinguishes them from one another. The NW-800 is somewhat shorter than its sibling in general, although this has no bearing on comfort or how they are mounted. The microphone, pop filter, shock mount, and XLR to 1/8 or 3.5 mm cable are all included in the box, along with some paperwork. These two may be installed in minutes depending on the configuration you currently have, and the NW-700 is more costly because it includes a scissor clamp. Setup. The first thing we would like to highlight about the Neewer NW-700 and NW-800 is the setup because these mics are not powered in the device, therefore you will need anything before connecting them to your computer. The XLR to 3.5mm connector is important, but because it requires electricity, some computers may not have it. If the microphone does not function right away, you may use the USB adapter to assist fix the problem. Overall, it is really easy to set up both of these mics, so we are sure you would not have any problems with that. If you could not decide between these two mics, Neewer NW-700 vs NW-800, we provided a detailed review for both. We hope you liked our NW-700 vs NW-800 review and it was helpful.